You look like Quasimodo when you deadlift. Maybe you're just not ready for the deadlift yet. Maybe you got to learn how to use your butt and your back the right way. Here, let me show you what I mean. Stand up, Jackie. When we get down into position, I want that back to be nice and flat. Oh, God. All right, now, boom, tuck at the top. This week, we're going to talk about setting the proper posture, how you progress through the hip hinge into a solid deadlift. So one of the first things we do when teaching a proper hip hinge position is taking one of the joints out of the movement if you have a lot of difficult... Oh, we're down here. We take one of the joints out of position. So we're going to do from a tall kneeling position, and all Jack's going to do is hold the medicine ball in front. He's going to sit his hips back with a nice flat back, trying to push his butt back onto his heels and get his shoulders right over top of his knees. When he comes back to the top, boom, flex the butt, squeeze it through. Now, side note, if you can't sit your butt back onto your heels, that might be a problem in itself that you should work on. Keep the back flat. Notice the shoulders stay over top of the knees. Hips shift backwards. Hips are leading the movement. When our hips stop moving, we're going to stop moving. We don't want to get into a position where our body continues to round forward. Straighten that out. Flex the butt at the top. Boom. Are we rolling yet? Yeah, we've been rolling. Oh, so once you get the kneeling hip hinge down, we're going to incorporate that other joint, the ankle. We want to get that strong footing action that we talked about a couple weeks ago in the strong feet videos. If you haven't watched those videos, go back and check those first. But get that strong foot, drive the heel out, plant the big toe down, and then we're going to push the hips back. Again, keeping the shoulders, boom, right over the feet, squeezing the butt and flexing it through. When your hips stop moving, that's when we stop moving and we flex the glutes, tuck it underneath. What we don't want to have happen is arch the back, so we open ourselves up for a karate chop. Reach back, come back through, and squeeze with a nice flexed belly like someone's going to punch you in the stomach. Hey, Mom. So the next move we're going to go through is a kettlebell sumo deadlift. Sumo just means wide stance. We teach this position because it's the least range of motion someone has to go through their hips and lower back to get down into position. Okay? It also teaches you how to use your glutes a lot better. So, hips go back, go back, shoulders drive down into the hips just like we did on our pull through. Then we, boom, spread the floor and push the hips into the kettlebell. Kettlebell sumo deadlift. A lot of people think that the deadlift is a pull. It is not. It is a push out with the feet and a push in with the hips. Two pushes put together. Again, this wide stance will allow you to hit that butt a little harder. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright, I'm going to be a personal trainer at Planet Fitness. You're going to be the client, okay? Oh, we got the purple and gray too. Alright.
Like angle, we're good to go.
So, once you've done the kettlebell, we're getting back into that sumo stance to teach you how to be with the barbell. We want to make sure that we got a vertical shin. So at no point in time do we want our feet pressed all the way back here with our knees flexing forward, okay? We want the hips to be directly in between the shoulders and the knees, all right? Get a good grip on that barbell, drive the shoulders down into the hips, pull the slack out of the barbell, and then spread the floor and push those hips through. Boom, okay? Start by elevating the barbell to work on that top range of motion where we can think about flexing the core and squeezing the glutes through. Once we've done that, decrease it a little bit. Albeit not all of you will be able to get down this low, but if you can maintain that flat back in this position, that's great. Watch my fingers. So eventually we get down to the floor. Attention, pull! Woo! Now, once you've achieved the ability to hit that sumo deadlift, we can go to what's called the conventional stance. It's actually really boring. You think it'd have some cool name like samurai deadlift, but it doesn't. Now, with this one, stand up back tall for me, Jackie. We're going to be a little bit further off the bar. Maybe a ½ inch more to let those knees flex a little bit more forward for this one. But again, we got the hips directly in between the shoulders and the knees. Pull that tension on the bar. Boom. Flex through. all the way up top. This is going to be a little bit tougher on the lower back, a little bit more leg drive in this lift, which is why you want to make sure you really get that sumo stance down tight before you move over to the conventional. Not everybody will have the mobility to get into the stance, but same thing. Go ahead and work your way down to that bottom position if you can. All the way to the floor. Pull tension. Pull. Hit it clean, hit it clean, hit it clean, hit it clean, hit it clean.